Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about what it's really like living in a host family. To go somewhere new. So of course at the beginning it's going to be really awkward. I mean, at the beginning it's weird because you don't know them, they don't know you, they don't know what to expect from you, you don't know what to expect from them. So you don't really know how to act. I remember I went there and I was like, okay, should I do that? Should I say that? Maybe they're not going to like me if I wear that. I don't know, like everything I was scared of doing because I was in their house, so I felt like I needed to respect them, and I was scared to do something that they are going to find disrespectful or just not going to like, you know? So yeah, I was kind of walking on eggshells, trying to say stuff, trying to do stuff and see, you know, how they react. And they will make boundaries. Like sometimes I would do something, especially like, because I was younger then, I was like 17 years old. And so for example, the boundary of what time I could come home at. So I would like try, okay, 9 p.m, 10 p.m, like, oh, can I go out at 11 p.m? And they're like, yeah. And then they're like, okay, no, 11 p.m, you should come home now, you know, it's getting late. Stuff like that, you know, you kind of test, try, and see what their response is. So another kind of thing that happens when you live in a host family is to find a balance of how much you're going to spend time with them and how much you're going to spend time alone. So for me, it was how much do I stay, you know, in the living room, hanging out with them, hanging out with their kids, and how much time I spend in my room just, you know, like taking time for myself. Especially when you're young at 17 and you're like traveling and you're kind of, you know, missing your family, missing your friends, you're in a new country, you don't really know how to speak English yet, you like to be in your room. I remember some days, like I will stay in the room the entire time, and then I will be like, okay, that's not good, like I didn't go out, I didn't really talk to them, I live in the house, but they didn't even see me today, except maybe to eat, you know. I felt bad, but at the same time, sometimes I just needed that. I needed to be in my room, talking to my friends, or just being by myself, you know, so just some time to just feel better, to relax a little, and to be really thinking about life. I don't know, you know, sometimes you just need to be alone. But at the same time, you live in the house, you need to communicate, you need to hang out with them. So just try to find that good balance. So another really weird thing about living in a host family, especially for such a long time, because I lived there for almost a year, is that you don't know, like you feel really close to them because every day you're living with them. I mean, it's like almost you're living like in a host family. It's why it's called host family. You live in a family and you feel like almost part of that family. You eat breakfast with them, you talk about your day, you hang out with their kids if they have kids. I mean, we babysit their kids a bunch of time, you know, when they were doing stuff, running errands, and we were like taking care of their kids. It's almost like we were part of the family, but at the same time, we're not part of the family. We're there just for a little bit of their lifetime, and so it's weird because I remember feeling like sometimes I was part of it, sometimes I was really not part of it. Sometimes I was feeling the moment like I was completely enjoying the time with them and didn't even think about the fact that we're not from the same family. And sometimes I just look at all of them and be like, I feel so apart from it, like I don't feel part of anything. I don't know, it's a weird feeling. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you feel bad. And it's the same, like sometimes you feel so close to them that you want to tell them stuff and you're like, wait, that's maybe like a little too much. Maybe you should not share that with them. Maybe you can't. You know, there are stuff like yelling at my parents. I would not yell at my host family, but sometimes I wanted to because like you're part of it. Sometimes something is wrong, and when you're used to it with your real family, like you say something. But in a host family, you can't really say something about that. I mean, there are barriers about stuff you can say or not. So it's a strange like place to be. So the two things you need to remember when living in a host family, so everything goes great and you have a good time, is one, to respect their roles, to live their lifestyle and respect their lifetime. I mean, kind of come back to the same thing, but like basically you need to respect their rules. So if they tell you, you know, come back at 11 p.m, or if you go out with your friends, you need to tell me their names, stuff like that, because so they're reassured and they feel better. And you know, it's your host family, you live in the house, you have to respect their rules. So first, that's important. If you start not respecting their rules, coming back at 1 a.m. when they told you 11 p.m, you're going to have a bad relationship. It's not going to go well, and sometimes you're just going to have to drop or change your host family because it's just not going to, you know, build good bases and relationships. The other thing is respect their lifestyle. So try what they eat. try to, you know, hang out at places they hang out. If they do stuff on the weekends, I don't know, go to certain festivals or certain, I don't know, like maybe if they go to church and you usually don't, at least try to do stuff with them, even if you don't really like it. And if really it's uncomfortable, then you can talk to them and be like, okay, that's really not my thing, can I stay home? And that would be fine. So of course you need to remember as well that not everyone has a good experience in a host family. I myself had a pretty good experience, so that went well. I was pretty happy with it. But so unfortunately, some of my friends did not have a good experience. They dropped their host family and went in a dorm or like something like that. So just know that, be prepared, it happens. Not always, you know, you find a host family that you feel comfortable in. It happens for a bunch of different reasons. You know, either your personality really don't match, or their, you know, belief really don't match, or their lifestyle don't match. You know, something is really uncomfortable for either you or your host family. Just know that it happens, but just do your best at first so it works out. But if it's not, don't worry too much, there are always solutions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye!